Okay, drain my half of finger and wait for 5 minutes. Ooh. I don't need any other side dishes. Just kimchi is enough. What is main dish for Asian people? Rice and a few other soup and side dishes. Maybe this is the basic form of meal for Asian people. I have traveled some of Asian countries and some of Europe and Australia, for example. I'm an Asian, so I always look for rice. Yeah, it's very easy to find rice anywhere in the world, but sometimes it's almost impossible to find Korean rice, Korean bap. For example, in European countries, they eat rice, but most of available rice in the restaurant is very tiny and thin and long rice. In the Philippines, for example, very honestly, most of Koreans think, oh, and this is not the rice that I am used to at all. In Japan, yeah, the form of rice is similar to Korean, but a little drier than Korean thing. Interestingly, in China, their rice is very similar to Korean. Why they have different rice? Because the rice itself is different. So I think it's very, very difficult, almost impossible to make like Korean cooked rice using other rice crops. So if you want to try Korean cooked rice, it's better to find Korean rice. So if Korean rice is not available in your country, you can find some Chinese rice or Japanese rice. For example, when I was in Australia, I was living in a very countryside area. They did not sell Korean rice. So I always looked for a Chinese one because in that area, maybe there were a lot of Indians. So most of rice is available in the market was some Indian, Mid East rice. So today I will show how I cook rice in Korea using Korean rice. There are a few ways to make Korean style cooked rice. The easiest thing is to use Korean electric cooker, rice cooker. But Korean electric rice cooker is a little different from Japan or China because it's compressurized. This one in an electric form. Korean people not never, but they seldomly eat cold and cooled rice. So in general, rice must be warm or hot enough. This is the basic form. Yeah. A benefit of using electric cooker is you can keep the rice hot even a few days after you cook the rice. I also use electric compressed rice cooker at home, but it was broken. So since then, we are using this classical compressed, how do you say it in English? What's the good English term of this one? Korean rice agricultured in 여주시, 경기도 여주시, 여주, 이천, 파주. Yeah, there are a few famous places they agriculture rice in Korea. Koreans also use measuring cup like this. So 1 cup is like 150 milliliter. Normally we count 1 cup is for 1.5 per person. For your reference, Korean rice looks like this. 1, 2, and wash twice. Some people wash very hard, but I don't do that. Just gently, just stirring rice with your hands, with your fingers, and drain. And one more time. The best cooked rice in Korea is gamasotbap or dolsotbap. Yeah, I forgot. But it's so difficult to cook at home. So I can say this is the best alternative way to make a best cooked rice at home. Okay, drain. Never wash too much. All Koreans have their own recipe, not bad recipe, own way to cook rice. So in this case, I will use my hand. The most classical way to adjust water is using your hands. Like this. My hand is very thick. My half of fingers. Not all Korean rices are exactly same. Some contains a little more water, some is a little more drier. So to cook the best rice, maybe you have to experience some trial and error. It's good now, but you should wait until rice absorbs water. In Korea we say 불린다. And I'll wait for about 10 minutes and I'll be back. I'm back and simply let's cook. Let's cook the rice. Close the lid. Set the fire to the maximum first and check everything is sealed, it's closed, and let's wait until it makes sounds. Oh yeah, 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 yeah. Once it turns around with making train sounds, adjust the fire to medium, and wait for 5 minutes. Okay, and turn off. Yeah, when it's depressurized, this will fall. This will fall down. So be careful not to burn your skin. Why do people use compressurized cooking utensil like this? As long as I know, the compressed steam temperature goes up above 100 Celsius, 120, and so it cooks fast. Yeah, some Koreans, they use just normal pot, just the standard lid, and they make rice. There's no problem to cook like that. The problem is it's very difficult to control the quality of cooked rice. In Korea, we call it 삼층밥, 3-level apartment. 삼층밥 means burned, cooked, raw. Yeah, it's done. Ooh. Perfecto, perfecto. First thing you should do is mix. Gently mix. Some Koreans like a little drier, some people like a little wet, watery rice. I prefer a little watery. Yeah. A little watery. Steamy rice. 자, my breakfast is done. 따뜻한 밥 한 공기만 있으면 김치만 있어도 밥을 먹을 수 있죠. Do Koreans sometimes eat rice and kimchi only? No. No, honestly, no. But I'm showing you very well cooked rice is very important. I don't need any other side dishes. Just kimchi is enough. I know what you think. Koreans use chopsticks when they use rice, so I will use chopsticks. It depends on countries. Japanese people, they use chopsticks. China, they use chopsticks. But Korean way is actually using spoon when you eat rice. The Korean people, they sometimes they just alternate. Put it there, rice, put it there, and chopstick. It's always ready here. Tabong!